Well, the miracle has continued. Episode 3, Two Shit Blokes. We are back. Welcome to our latest episode of talking nothing but shit and rugby league. It's a wonderful lifestyle to have. So look, we're here again at the Hills Podcast Studio. So a big shout out to them. Thank you very much for having us back. We're going to get stuck straight in. First and foremost, please share the podcast with your mates. Preferably, even if you hate your mates, share it with them especially, or even if you hate Lockie Galvin, share it with them because we do mention him quite a lot because of the genital warts comment I made in episode 1, and I still maintain that. Follow us on Spotify and the next episode will appear. Again, there is a bit of a disclaimer. We don't edit it. It's raw, it's harsh, not because we want to edit it, it's because we don't know how, so we just like to put it out there because Dave's very lazy and refuses to do any work on it. So what you hear is how we sound in the studio. So that's as raw as it can get. We're going to kick right back in again. First and foremost, I'm going to do a shout out. Shout out to some of our wonderful listeners. Got a shout out to our friends in the country. Wonderful world of Dubbo. Jordan contacted me in the week. Loves the podcast. Wonderful young fella out that way, working hard in the west of New South Wales. And also to our female listeners of the No Sausages Punters Club. Our good friend Dave Stanley at Sky Racing can attest to the No Sausages. If you want to see a group of people have the greatest time of your life, you need to see the No Sausages get together. They are about 30 ladies. They get together. They love, they're in a punters club, week in, week out. They're not too bad at picking a winner, probably better than you and I, Dave. These are the most wonderful ladies you'll ever see. They come from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all work different areas of the world, the corporate world, the business world, the tradies, etc. They're just wonderful people. They get together, they support one another. They're run by Karen Lodge. Now, Karen tells a story that she wanted to join her husband's punters group, and he probably came up with the greatest comment of all time, which was, "We don't have potato peelers in our punters club." Now, despite what you think, I still think that is the greatest quote of all time. So Karen said, well, fuck you, I'm going to go and start my own. And hasn't she done an amazing job? And you can't miss these ladies when they are out and about. They dress all in pink. They'll go to a race day. And they are the ones that you will see where the crowd gravitates to because they're having such a great time. So had some wonderful feedback by the ladies. So thank you very much. It is really well noted. And please, thank you for your support and please continue. So I know my wife's really looking forward to the end of year function. So again, ladies, big shout out. And now we'll kick off with a few comments. First and foremost from Gabe Owner. Hi fellas, just wanted to say my mate Nick from last week was offended you didn't read out his full name. Honestly, he hasn't been the same since. Please do better. Also, Dave mentioned the dangers of getting between Dylan Brown and his Xbox. I think it was actually Dylan Walker, who had a alleged DV incident with his wife many years ago when he was asked to stop playing the PlayStation and allegedly had a bit of a tantrum and may have gone after her, which was later thrown out in court, so no conviction, so no foul. Also from Dan Ox, hey pals, long-time listener, second-time commentator. Firstly, just wanted to say one of your best eps, definitely in my top 2. Now that the popularity has taken off, I heard a couple of rumours, if you could clarify. I'm not too sure what these I'm talking about, but anyway, he does ask the question, fuck, marry, kill, Bonnie Blue, Riley Reid or Annie Knight. Anyway, Huru, keen to hear the answers. Dave?
Well, I am here. You've run off with the, I know you're the talent, but you've run off with the podcast.
I have.
What was the question?
Fuck, marry, kill.
I thought this was Andy Reid, and I'm certainly not going to fuck him. And the other people, I don't know who they are, so I won't be commenting. I have been tipped off by my low life of a son, Josh, that they are porn stars, but I don't really care, so I'm out.
I agree, but if anyone's wondering, Andy Reid is the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs and is probably pushing 200 kilos, so that was a very strong answer there, Dave. Well said. Yep. The next comment is, and I do apologise for not going to you earlier. I did just go, I felt I really got into the groove.
You know how last week we were talking about me being replaced?
I
would say that our audience would have thought that you've just sacked me.
Well, I did want to say that the No Sausages punters group are all female group, so you could join, but I missed that time.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
It would have been funny.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
I would have liked that.
Sorry.
And the other thing with the No Sausages, right? I got bagged massively over the fact that no females would listen to our podcast. I've got some analytics here for all those people that put crap on me, all right?
Analytics is a big word you're using for our podcast, Dave.
Oh, sorry, you want me to dumb it down?
Please do.
No, I won't be doing that. We have 22.8% females listening to this podcast.
Are their husbands making them?
I don't know. Are they hostages?
It's great, though. It is. And I said the feedback from some of the female listeners was really positive. It was really nice, actually.
Yeah, I just got maybe have to check my sexism along the way. So
we won't be referring to that bad word I used last week, apparently.
Non-binary is 1.5%. So if you're out there, nice having you aboard.
Is that 1.5? Yeah. Interesting. Another comment here was from C Bear, believed to be your daughter. Tried to give this a second chance, and the only good part was me hearing my own comment read back to me. Let's not come back for a third episode. Kids are brutal.
Yeah, they are. But, we got to bag her while she was waitressing on Saturday.
True.
Would you like to critique her?
Worst waitress ever.
Yeah.
Worst. Hands down. I did see her spit in my food.
She should. I would.
Yeah, it actually gave it some flavour coming from that place, which was good.
Come on, mate. Pascalini's is unbelievable.
Yes.
Anyone in the Kellyville area, Pascalini's is the go, and they've been great to my family, and they're beautiful people that own that place. So
the best bacon and egg roll you'll ever have, hands down.
That chicken and avocado and mushroom Turkish bread thing that I had the other day was banging.
Yeah, you almost ate your fingers. You were out of control.
And I hadn't eaten for a while. So.
And best mushroom sauce you'll ever find this side of Sydney. All right. We do have a serious comment, which we will get into, from our friend Jez.
Our gay lover.
I didn't want to say it. I think you got a bit offended.
Get over it. Rub some dirt on it.
But Jez, who is a wonderful human being, and he says this, and it's a good point. South's team decimated. Do you think players like Dylan Brown, Toby Sexton should be lent to help support a team in circumstances to assist creating competitiveness? And
no.
And he talks about those two players particularly who are struggling to make first grade at the moment, who have been benched.
No.
Why?
Well, life's not fair, mate. I don't agree with it at all. If you get injuries, suck shit. I don't care. Suck it up, princess. That's professional sport.
Yeah, look, I do agree. I think that every team, unfortunately, goes through times of crisis, and we're seeing it at the moment. The competitiveness is a good point because from a ratings point of view, you don't want to turn on and see your team get beaten by 60, and that is a valid point, which I do find. However, I still think that is just tough, and it does give a good opportunity for clubs to blood players that are coming through. And also players will get a run in first grade that won't get a run ever again. And it's a story for them. But, yeah, I agree with you, unfortunately.
Gives you an opportunity to blood your young blokes as far as I'm concerned. So as much as it's a negative for this year, for your future, it makes it brighter.
No, I appreciate you saying exactly what I just said. So that's really good. It's just, thanks for repeating
that. I don't really
that.
listen to you. But what about this, Jace? You being a Tigers supporter.
We're shit without injuries.
Well, you had the hooker from the Storm.
We made him.
What a load of bullshit.
We made him the player he is today. Harry Grant.
What benefit did the Tigers get from that swap?
They got to see a very good rugby league player.
Oh, we can identify him now because we had one at the club for a year.
They get to see that they got to play with a premiership player.
Well, they're talking about this for Perez for the Storm getting loaned out to another NRL club, right? Because he's behind Hughes, and so he might do 1 or 2 years, at another club. What I don't understand a club that would put their hand up for that. Because
I think a club can, from a point of view from the Tigers, they got to get a good hooker that they needed. The Storm got to keep a player that would have gone elsewhere because they all want to play first grade. You're not going to play first grade behind Cameron Smith. So, hey, we will give you an opportunity to play first grade. You will develop even if it's at the Tigers, the circumstances suited, so it worked. You rarely see the player swaps these days. I haven't seen one since. I know they've tried a few times to get one over the line.
I think it's the shittest idea ever. You're basically giving a leg up to a premier side. I just think it's garbage. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't, I think the only person that benefits from that deal will be the Storm.
If you don't have a player of that calibre in your club, it is a good way for you. Then also from a salary cap point of view, you can have extra money to spend because you're not paying this guy, the Storm are paying him. The guy you've given over to the Storm, obviously, is on less money. I think it can work, but you don't see it very often for a reason. All right, we will kick it off into the NRL round of the deep dive, as we like to call it. We'll start off with Thursday night football. Storm 22, Brisbane 2. Dave?
Yeah, it started off fast, didn't it? It was frantic, the pace of that game. The Broncos were up. They were physically up for it for the first 20 minutes. And then 2 hamstrings exploded at the same time.
I've never seen anything like it. Never seen 2 players go down with the same injury, basically the same positions, halves, go down in the one play. And my only notes from that game is just put a line through it because you can't see anything in it. You can't lose both halves in the first 20 minutes and then think that you're going to see anything that you like from beyond that. I just didn't. I kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
I just did. I thought that if you lose your halves, there's your game. You can lose a 6 or a 7. Fine. Maybe you can respond as the Storm did a few weeks ago. You can't lose both.
Cates was on fire.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable this year. Absolutely unbelievable.
I was impressed with Cobbo. I think Cobbo cops a lot of shit because people think he's lazy, but he really played well. He chased down Coates for that try saver. He was very good, and then he got injured himself, unfortunately. I think he showed what he's capable of. I thought that Brisbane really did their best, but they just didn't have the cattle, and that showed, unfortunately. So Storm did what they needed to do. They put them away. They won convincingly. Yeah, move on.
Can I bag the prettiest man in rugby league right now?
Please.
Walshy, mate, he is a mistake machine.
Yeah.
He made 3 mistakes against the Storm. In a side that was flogging the Rabbits, he made 2 mistakes. He made 3 mistakes against Para, and he made 4 against the Titans. He's averaging 3 errors a game, usually in critical times. Mate, this guy's got to calm down. It is, I know he's pretty, I know his eyes are beautiful, all that shit, but I don't give a fuck about that. This is about rugby league, and he needs to do better because they're paying him a lot of money to make fuck-ups.
Yeah.
If he was a tradesman, he'd get sacked.
It's a big call. I know tradies make more than errors, but I agree. I think he does make a lot of errors. Yeah, you can't defend it. He does make a lot of errors. I agree with that.
All right. I still wasn't overly impressed with the Storm. So
No, I agree. I think they, and in saying that, like they are playing still a bit wounded themselves. They're missing their 7, which is a big out, but they do have great cover. They've got the best depth of any team you'll see. Yeah, I agree. They weren't impressive as they should have been, but again, as they do, they just do the job.
Certainly do. You want to move on?
Yeah, let's go. Friday night, 6 p.m, we had Panthers 48, Knights 12.
It was a snore fest, this thing. Panthers just flogged them. Is there a search party out for the Newcastle forward pack?
They're not great. Like, they aren't.
Should I call Triple O and ask the New South Wales Police to chase them up? Because, mate, they weren't there.
But they're not there a lot. They've got no names in the team. They're like Tyson Frizzell is older. They've got battlers. I find them to be battlers. The Dogs have paid massive money to Leo Thompson for next year, like big dollars. I think it was north of 800 a year. I don't see what they do, and I'm sorry, I don't think he's a premier forward. He's not leading this pack to any kind of greatness. They are dominated week in, week out. In saying that, they do have the worst halves of any club I've ever seen at the moment. They had Jack Cogger and the young fellow.
The old coach's son.
Arthur. And Jake Arthur, I think, would be a very good lock forward. He's a big, rangy kind of kid.
Thing, yeah.
He can play, but I don't think he is the guy that will lead you around. And Jack Cogger is, again, he'll be, I think the Panthers have signed him again for next year. That's where he came from. And I think he'll be a very good backup when Origin's on, or he might even play a bit of 5'8", or, with injuries, etc. So I think he can fill the void in a good team, but he's not going to lead you around, which is what they needed. He's not there. They were poor across the park, and they got beaten by a far, far better team.
They did. And Dane Gay had 6 missed tackles and 3 errors, right? They just re-signed this bloke. Apparently the fans blew up and wanted him to stay. Mate, the old saying, if you take notice of the fans in this podcast, you'll be sitting with them. So,
in saying that, I will defend him in that the weeks before that he was very good. He's done very well to fill in at fullback, and he's done very well. So I do understand why they re-signed him. I think he has had some very good games this year. I will like to say, or hope to say, that Friday night was just a disappointing performance behind a well-beaten pack.
Yeah, they got flogged by a 6-1 penalty count, and they had 17 errors to 9. Like, come on. This was a poor performance. And I worry about the coach because I think he's a good coach, but I can't see him lasting up there.
I don't think he will last, but I do think he's a good coach. I think that he just doesn't have the cattle. If you don't have halves, you're not going to win.
Well, that's true. Go find some.
They're not growing off on trees.
There's a spray coming for a further game down here where I'm going to get let loose. So.
But they're not growing on trees, and they're going to get a thinner and thinner with 2 new teams coming in. So you do have to do your junior development has to be absolutely spot on. And unfortunately for them, they've got Dylan Brown going next year, which...
that's going to make a hell of a lot of difference up there. Well, the Coppers are going to be busy anyway.
Oh, ladies.
He's a little handsy.
Ladies, make sure you go out in numbers when he's out on the town. All right, so, I just don't see them improving at all. But they've moved Guy back into the centres, and they've got a teenage sensation playing at fullback apparently this week.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to see. So at least they are trying, and we'll see where that goes.
I think Blazer's got to run 3 weeks in a row, but how good's he going to be in 12 months' time?
Blaze Talangi?
Yeah.
Mate, he's a
superstar.
He is a superstar, and he's got class. And I didn't like it at the time, but Cleary basically put him back in reserve grade and said, learn our systems and processes, come back better, and he has. And to his credit, he bit down on his mouth guard and did everything asked of him. And now you're seeing the reward of a team that's on a massive run that will trouble everyone going to the grand
Royals
final.
Must be filthy.
You would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, was his call to get rid of Blaze Talangi?
I have no idea.
I wonder if it was.
I think he's a good judge, but if you let him go, he's not, isn't he? Isn't he really? Yeah. Anyway, I think overall Newcastle got what they deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next game we had on 8 p.m. Friday night, Raiders Manly in the nation's capital. Dave, what did you think?
In 3 words, Manly are cooked.
Don't disagree. I also will say that I was really disappointed with their kicking game in the first half. Few times, both from Luke Brooks and DCE, kicks gave them 7 tackle sets when attacking. You can't afford to do that once, let alone multiple times in a game. The Raiders' defence was very good. It kept them out. It kept Manly out constantly. I thought that Canberra just showed that they're ready for the finals.
Yeah, they flexed. DCE and Brooks were fucking awful.
But they have been for weeks.
Awful.
They will come out this week. They will touch up the Tigers. And that is the sign of a team that, what do they got? The flat track bully. They can beat the average teams and beat them well. But when it comes to the crunch and when they're under the pump themselves, they wilter. And this is it. That's them for me. DCE has always been a very class player, etc. But as he's battling Father Time, and Father Time's undefeated.
Absolutely. Poor old Jake got knocked the fuck out again. Third time this year.
It was nasty.
He should have the rest of the year off, I think.
Yeah. He won't.
Well, someone, it's not always up to him. And, at the end of the day, if Manly's looking after his well-being and they've got to have water bottles out there so they can have a drink every 4 minutes, I think they need to let him have a spell.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone loves Jake, and that's Jake Trbojevic for the listeners. He knocked himself clean out, making a tackle. He is still one of the best defenders that I've seen in the game as a forward. And to watch someone like that have their third concussion in a year, it is, I agree with you completely. His welfare needs to be taken out of his hands and he needs to spell. And I'm sure they will. The doctors will have a say, obviously, when he can play, when he can have contact, etc., which is great. And I think they do it a lot better than they did, obviously, 10, 20 years ago. I hope they listen.
I think if it was Reid Marnie, play him next week. But because it's Jake, let's...
Yeah, Lockie Galvin, mate.
Play him tonight.
Mate,
don't care.
Just give him the magic water and let him play on.
Reattach Lockie Galvin's head and I expect him to be out there the following week.
Mate, I did... there were a couple of bright sides for Manly. Cooler, I've rated him so far on this podcast, and I will say, superstar. He shows that speed kills. He is lightning. He is dangerous every time he touches the ball. Love watching him. He is massive future. Ethan Bullymore, I thought was exceptional when he came on, and they've re-signed him as well. So they've got some good players there. He's really come on since he left Brisbane. Yeah. And going back to the Raiders, Ethan Strange.
Oh, mate, do you want his stats? 113 metres. 7 tackle busts, 3 line breaks, 3 tries. Was it 3 tries?
3 tries.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
And Weeks was good too. I thought Weeks was outstanding.
Yeah, Weeks again shows what Cooler does at speed kills. But Ethan Strange that wasn't just a one-off. I mean, the 3 tries were, but he has scored numerous times throughout the year. But the broken tackles, this guy is like built like cement. So I loved watching it. I think Ricky has shown that he's a top-notch coach and can develop and get the best out of players.
Yeah. So yeah. But they've showed a lot of patience with Ricky. The Canberra has.
Yeah, of course they have. Yeah.
They've had a couple of lean years there where they've been there and thereabouts, but he's now got the cattle he wants. And that's, sometimes when we say you should sack a coach or you should do this or that, but you look at the long-term commitment that the Raiders have made to Ricky, and they were calling for his head not a couple of years ago. This is what patience gives you. It gives you a very good football team. They're going to be a good football team for a long time.
I think Canberra showed smarts when they said we'll give you, I think it was a 7-year deal. So and they understand that if you're going to you can't be at the top of your game. 90% of the teams can't, right? So Melbourne can and Penrith. They're the exception. Everyone else has shown that they can be up there at the top generally, and then you'll have a few lean years. You can come up and down, be a yo-yo. Again, Ricky has shown that I will weather the storm, we will build the team, and I will get the best out of the players, and he shows that.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the other thing? Manly and DCE. Manly that was spewing, right? Yeah. When he said, I'm going, right, they were filthy.
Yeah.
Right? Then he's played so badly. They must be doing cartwheels. They must be wrapping him in wrapping paper with a bow on it and sending him straight off to the Roosters. Like, fair dinkum, how happy would they be?
Mate, I agree. And also too, you got to think what the money they're saving in the contract, the downgrade to Fogarty, who I think is a good player. I reckon it'll be half the contract.
Yeah.
And I think that shows then Manly can go out and buy some better players. They can be in the market for some stronger talent to the point where they're apparently putting together a pretty decent package to try and get Payne Haas. So again, they're showing that you have to work your salary cap, and I think they're showing that they can do it well. DCE, he's in a slump that I can't see him coming out of.
No, he should retire.
Yeah, I agree. All right, the next game was on the Saturday, 3 p.m. I've been looking forward to speaking about this game all week. Dragons 22, Sharks 14. Dave, go.
These motherfuckers.
Mate,
seriously.
I was watching this game going, Dave will be yelling and screaming at the screen because the Sharks were inept in every way possible.
My daughter was doing tutoring online, so I couldn't say a word. And the anger sharks were swimming in my brain. They were woeful, Jason. They were so... But it's like they didn't want to be there.
They didn't want to be there, mate. They can't handle any pressure. None. They're inept with the ball. They're inept at getting in an arm wrestle. They cannot get in one because they fold. They were 2 from 6 in the second half in the first 20 minutes of that second half.
15 errors to 6. You can't win a football game when you give them the ball
Will Kennedy,
9 times extra.
What has happened to Will Kennedy since the first 8 rounds.
Well, it gets worse than that. They let Cade Dykes go to the Dogs, right? He was our backup fullback. He's had a lot of knee injuries and he's a risk, right? But, mate, you don't let that bloke go and keep this flog, right? This Kennedy bloke. Mate, I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming.
Kennedy, this is a difference. Like, I get you're angry and the way he's playing, but he's also shown what he can do. This is the thing. Not last year, earlier this year. So he can play at the highest level. So you can do it. But I'm starting to agree with you. Fitzy is, I don't know what he's doing there. Like, this team has been showing this type of performance year in, year out, where they can go with the good teams, they can beat the good teams, and then the next week they'll play a Dragons and play exactly like they did on the weekend.
They only beat the Cowboys and they got beat by Para, so, you know, let's not get too carried away with them playing.
They beat the Roosters a few weeks ago.
They beat the Storm as well.
So that's what I'm saying. You literally just proved what I said.
I want to ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Listen, if you don't calm down,
you keep stealing what I'm saying and using it as your own.
I'm going to turn this podcast around and go home.
You are dead set. You're just, go, continue.
All right, ask you. So you would say that the Roosters and the Storm of Brisbane are ruthless when it comes to, if a player's not going to win you a comp, they'll get rid of him.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
Right? So my question to you, will Will Kennedy, Tricky Trindle and Nico Hines win the Sharks a comp anywhere in the near future?
No.
So they need to fuck them off.
Yeah, no. I say that too because when you look at the pack, the Sharks went out and bought Fanua Blake last year. For this year.
He's been outstanding.
Has been outstanding. So they kind of did that as if he's the missing link. He gave him that punch that they didn't have last year. They had class in the backs, which I do think that their centres, their wingers are rocks and diamonds, however they can perform. So I think they were hoping that would be the go for what they needed to then allow the backs the space they need to play. No matter how he plays, there are too many errors in your backs. There's no discipline in your backs. The second half, if anyone wants to watch, have a laugh, watch the second half of the Sharks. It was embarrassingly funny.
I won't be watching it.
I will send you clips.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Also, I don't understand why, and it's been going on for a year and it's a while, and it's just not the Sharks, but when they were dropping the ball, they'd all go and high-five each other.
Oh, yeah, you got to have a cuddle and, you know, they're triggered.
It just makes no sense. You're high-fiving someone's fuck-up.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So, and they were high-fiving a lot.
Yeah, well, they had to go off. One had to go off for a HIA because his hand was sore.
It was ridiculous. Anyway, so that...
Mate, I'm at the point now with the Sharks, and they're only going to get worse, right? You know, this year they're busted, but they've got to make some hard decisions. Let Kennedy go, put Hines back at fullback, go and find a halfback. If you've got one coming through the system, blood him, put a sword through the next 2 years and get rid of Tricky Trindle. They let Atkinson go to freaking the Dragons. I'm fuming.
I'd put Hines back at fullback where he started at Melbourne.
Well, I just said that. So you're stealing my shit. Thanks for that.
I tuned out of what you're saying.
Fucking hell. Seriously.
We're on fire.
You are a complete fuckwit. Seriously.
Listen, we will move on now to the 5:30 game, which was the Dogs Warriors. Mm-hmm. All I've put down here was the rain. Obviously, the rain impacts the game. However, it was pleasing to see the Dogs actually know that they can play in the rain because their reputation was that they can't, and they turned it on. The thing I found out strange about this game, and get your take on it, was Reid Marnie. He was benched and then played only 17 minutes, the last 17. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't like the bloke, all right, but I think it's disrespectful. I don't think the other bloke's adding that much more to be, dropping him back to the bench.
Because he's been good.
Yeah,
ever since he announced basically, or either they told him that he wasn't wanted or he said, I'm going, or whatever, however you want to word it or read into it, he said, I'm going. He has been outstanding. He's got rid of the grub in him.
Oh, to a point.
I do think, the penalties seem to be less. The missed tackles seem to be less. He controls the ruck well. And yet now They brought on Bailey, who is obviously in their plans for the future. Well done. I don't think they were better, though.
No, they're not better with your mate. Gavin did fuck all.
General DeWarts, yeah, I agree.
He didn't.
I agree. He's not a halfback yet.
Did you notice that Means playing a lot of first receiver?
Yeah.
A lot of, they've got this wonder kid that, 40 minutes of every game is playing first receiver.
Generational talent, according to Gus Gould.
Generational talented genital herpes.
Genital warts.
Okay.
Allegedly. Sorry, I should say allegedly.
So the Warriors missed 46 tackles to 14.
Mate, they're just busted.
6-0.
They're limping into the
line
finals,
break 6-0 against them.
Yeah, injuries, mate. They got no one. They don't have anyone there. They've got old players trying to do their best. You got centres that are busted. They got a forward pack that is beaten to a pulp. They are done. And unfortunately too for them, they had no restarts in I think 75 minutes. Like it's like saying the Dogs were perfect in discipline in 75 minutes. Yet the Dogs had 5 restarts. Warriors had none.
But where are the Dogs on the table?
It's exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
So
we've discussed that. So, we talk about him every week, but Crichton, I love watching that bloke play.
Mate, he's the best, mate. The try he scored just showed that I'm a bigger body. I'm running over you. Don't stop me.
Hey, get out of the way.
Yeah, I'll tell you who has been disappointing has been Matt Burton.
His kicking game's been outstanding.
Yeah, great. Just go to AFL. Like he's not showing the class of a 5'8".
I won't have you talk badly of the bloke. He's a good fella,
mate. He's a St. John's Dubbo boy, mate. Like my kids went to that school. We're like related almost. I just think that if you're a 5'8", a superstar in that team, being paid the money you are, because if you take Crichton out of that team as an attacking weapon, they are done.
Yeah.
Now he's in form.
Kick out gives him a bit, but he just runs over little blokes.
That's all he does.
He doesn't add much.
And he's got a lot of errors in him. And I think that, as I said, mate, I do think Crichton is the reason at the moment they are where they are. And you watch some of the games, it's because of him. So when he went down, I think he got a bit of a niggle. He didn't take a kick after the try. His shoulder's a bit sore. If he gets an injury, they're cooked. It's a huge game this weekend we'll talk about later. But, yeah, we'll see where they are on the thing. But, yeah, no, look, they did exactly what they needed to do and they won.
Agreed.
Okay, next game, the last game on Saturday, Roosters-Dolphins. Mate, talk about injuries. Dolphins are done. Spencer Lenu is the greatest fuckwit God put breath into.
I knew this was coming.
Like, I just want him to show the talent he has and not be a fuckwit. This isn't even my rant of the week.
But sometimes you are what you are, Jace.
And he seems to be the guy that if he's got red mist, good, you're not stopping him.
Yeah.
But that's great, but there was another part of that is I don't understand why the Dolphins got too binned when Spencer was the one that went up to one of them, shaped up and said, let's go.
Oh, wasn't that hilarious? But, mate, that proved he can't fight. Where his hands were down around his waist.
What are you telling that?
I will from behind this microphone.
We'll send a copy of it to him.
So you're a fucking pussy.
Actually, I called him a fuckwit. Spencer, he's probably a really nice guy, but no,
I'm not backtracking. Fuck him.
I have said, and I will maintain this, when he signed with the Roosters, I thought that he would be the best forward in rugby league within 5 years. He has not progressed a single step because he just wants to do this rubbish. He doesn't offload. He scored a good try. He doesn't.
That killed me a little bit.
He's got the motor. He's got everything that he should have. But this rubbish he has in him, he wants to be the bad guy. He wants to take on their whole pack. Payne Haas doesn't do this rubbish.
No.
The Tino doesn't do it. The good forwards that are better than him at the moment, they don't do it. They beat him on the field. He's just dumb.
Agreed. I just, getting back to the game and not that fuckwit. I just thought the Roosters came out to bully them, to get their whole intent for the first half was to physically dominate them, and you could see by Crichton carrying on that they just went out to physically bash them, and they did a very good job.
But they could because they had kids playing. Like,
Well, I'll tell you what, we wrapped Josh Kerr last week. He was woeful. Signed with the St George.
Yeah, he actually started there, so he's gone back to where he started.
Yeah, a bit of synergy, but yeah.
But I agree. But again, the Dolphins will be better for this performance in about 2 years' time because the kids they have that are going head to head with them, they're going to be very good rugby league players. But they're just young and they're not as strong as the other guys. That they're coming through. They will be great, but they just got belted. I hated watching it, to be honest with you. I just thought it was sad.
Wasn't any point. I've got some stats here, but there's no point going through that because at the end of the day, it was the old-fashioned ambush and they got smashed. And the Roosters they're playing for a spot in the finals, and the Dolphins have run out of people.
I don't think I even gave the score. It was 64-12. Like, what do you say about that? And the Dogs game was 32-14. Like, it was ugly.
And as I'm not a huge fan of the Roosters at all, I didn't enjoy watching them score try after try. If it was the other way around and the Dolphins were putting it on the Roosters, I would have loved every minute of it.
Yeah, disappointed, mate. I loved the Dolphins. I love watching them play, but again, Katoa was very quiet. But you're not going to do anything behind a well-beaten pack. All right, we then move on to Sunday football, which was some good games. So we'll start with the Bunnies Titans 2 p.m. It was the Bunnies got the Chocolates 20-18. People calling it the Spoon Bowl.
I enjoyed this game. I thought it was cracking.
Yeah, Alex Johnston is a try-scoring freak when Latrell is in that team.
Yeah, Latrell put a 20-minute display on, which absolutely proves my point that if he could play for 80 minutes and wanted to play for 80 minutes and was fit, would be the greatest player that ever played rugby league.
I think that his try-saving effort on Jaden Campbell was outstanding to watch, and I think that Latrell was the difference in that game. He showed his class. I think that it was interesting, and give me your thoughts on it. Jai Gray at fullback, Latrell on the centres. Is that where they're going in the future?
No. I don't think so. I think Latrell will go where Latrell wants to go. I don't think anyone else is making those decisions.
I think Latrell should be in the centres. I think that...
I've always thought that. He doesn't work hard enough to be a
Not
fullback.
even that. No, he's got the class at fullback. I think he's a wonderful fullback. But I think that as you get older, as we're seeing with Tom Trbojevic, injuries start to happen. He's already shown that he's starting to get those injuries because he's a bigger body. It's carrying... when you're bigger, you're going to get more injuries because you're carrying more weight on your limbs and your joints. I think that Latrell has shown that he is nothing but class, and I think that Dad said watching him play was fantastic. The Souths were in the second half, I think with about 20 to go, were 12 from 12 in that second half.
Yeah.
They were outstanding. Tallis Duncan is why I rate Wayne Bennett, that he gets these young kids and he develops them, and Tallis Duncan is a star in the making. He reminds me of Angus Crichton. He's this second rower that can play in the centres. He's nimble. He's strong. He's got the offload. The defence is outstanding. He is a star to watch. And I think the only downside for South was Isaiah Tass. He has more errors in him than probably your mate Reece Walsh. He's not good. He's there to fill in a void when injuries happen. He has struggled this year. He'd be a very great player in England or for the Perth Bears.
Oh, well, I hope the Perth Bears are smarter than that. I thought this was an embarrassing loss for the Titans. Basically, the South side had 3 regular first graders in it, and the rest were reserve grade players. Yeah. And to not come away easily with a victory over these blokes, it says more about them than it does about South.
Yeah.
I would personally put the broom through the joint and just keep Tino, Brinson and Campbell and get rid of everybody else. Just clean the joint out.
Yeah.
And I know the cattle, the people go, there's not enough cattle out there. Mate, sometimes a change is as good as a holiday, and you can take one player out of one system and put him in a new system and he's a superstar. So, mate, the Titans, they've got massive problems. And if their leadership up there in their front office doesn't get it sorted out, they're going to be like this for a very long period of time.
It's a struggle to watch because, as we've said, I love watching the Titans. When they're on. But that game showed that they just struggle in and out of games. And that was a big struggle.
Oh, totally agree.
It was just Jaden Campbell's try that he didn't score because of Latrell's intervention. He was over the line. He was jogging to plant the ball under the post. That will. There's a difference, right?
In class.
It is in class. I just don't know. I'm watching this game and I'm thinking, why didn't they win? Like, and I know it sounds stupid to say, but like Jaden Campbell, when he touches the ball, shit happens, and they didn't test them, they didn't trouble them. It was just a game where they should have won and they didn't, and it also is the game that cost me my bet of the round, which is really sad, and we'll talk about that a bit later.
How'd you go on your super coach?
I won.
You won.
I won. The Latrell bombed try that he ruined for Jaden Campbell was the reason I won. So I love Latrell.
Oh, well, good on you, mate.
All right. So then, again, that's that game. We move on to the last game of the round.
Actually, on the last game of the round, Eels 19, Cowboys 18. You went to the game, right?
I did.
Did you have 2 spare seats sitting next to you?
I did.
Okay. My phone's been I checked it all Sunday looking for an invite. I got nothing.
Yeah, I didn't invite you.
Okay, fair enough.
We did have Yumchar at the Leagues Club too. Wonderful feed. Beautiful. We got there early, watched both games. It was great. Should have come.
What was the game before?
The Titans.
Oh, on TV. I thought you were going to say the NRLW.
No, that was afterwards.
Afterwards,
yeah. We didn't stay for that. It was too late, 6 o'clock on a Sunday night.
How many people hung around?
I'm not getting into that with you. Listen, you misogynist.
Did
We've
they
got a
keep-
25% female audience. Do not start.
Was there anyone there to run the canteens?
Don't you start. You are dead set a low human. So Eels, Cowboys, Eels won 19-18. Look, what did you think of Dylan Brown centres?
He's not a centre.
Yeah.
That's him on, he was okay, but he's good he's got a good defence on him, but he doesn't offer much. He never really does.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised to see it. It was just bizarre. He's not a centre. Normally you see a centre go from centre to 5'8", but you don't see him from 5'8" to centre unless they're in a rep team where they have to go there because the better 5'8" is in the position and they want to play him anyway. I don't see him being that. He had no impact on the game. Watching it, not to say he doesn't, he just didn't have any impact. It goes to my rant of the week, and I don't know.
Don't go off early. You can go later.
I'll go later.
So Addo Carr was on fire. Right?
He's in the best form I've seen him for a while.
Looks happy,
mate, and just shit speed. He's lightning, and it was great to see. It was good to see. Lomax was a bit rocks and diamonds. He did some good things, did some bad things.
I think Lomax has been off since the second Origin.
Yeah, he's had some quiet games, and his work rate is solid. Like, he works harder than a lot of other wingers. He's got an offload. He's like Karaz. The two of them are very similar. They take a lot of the hit-ups. They look for the offloads. They get that second phase playing. He's very good in that respect, but he also has a lot of errors in him. So, again, not a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. He's got some errors in him.
He has. He had 4 this week. He had 3 last week, and he had 3 the week before against Brisbane.
No, but you're counting errors as in when he goes up for a bomb and it hits his hand. Like, that's an error.
His fucking job.
If he goes up to challenge for a bomb, you're expecting him to land 100% of the time and score.
Mate, that's his job.
You're an idiot. It's not possible.
It's his job.
It's like saying, okay, just kick the Lomax. He's going to score every time because it's his job.
That's his job. 100%.
I'm done.
Okay.
I can't listen. You are killing me. I've made a note here. Valamai for the Cowboys is a winger. I dead set think I could beat him in a race. He made a break. He was 20 metres clear of everyone, and every single player run him down, even including the hooker. He was so slow. Like, it was bad.
Mate, he's a battler. He's getting some coin. Leave him alone.
He was so slow. It was bad. So anyway, that was that. I thought Taylor and De Silva showed why the Tigers let him go.
Yeah, he had a couple.
Mate, he was only on there for like 15 minutes.
Mate, he's just a kid. He's just letting him. Some
Yeah,
days you're good, some days you're bad.
Isn't that his job?
Yeah, but he's not fucking.
Oh,
He's not Lomax.
Oh, why not? It's his job.
Mate, Lomax has been in the game for 5 or 6 years. This kid's been in the game for 5 minutes.
For 3 years, but continue.
Mate, give the kid a time. He's only a baby.
You're dead. Listen, Dad, no.
Oh, don't get angry.
I'm angry. All right. So
Para deserved to win that, right?
Yeah, I don't think either team did, to be honest. Like it was a good game. It was exciting. I thought John Bateman cost the Cowboys the game. I don't understand why he didn't pass in the last play or second last play before the disallowed try. The Cowboys should have won. They didn't. They were beaten by a team that obviously I thought just was more consistent for 80 minutes, not necessarily. So the Cowboys were in and out of the game. Para was just a bit more consistent.
Okay, so we're going to do for last week's games. We're going to do some awards.
Yeah. We've got 2 awards. We've got the Jaden Campbell Award, which is the best attacking player, and we selected Jaden because we're massive fans, and he has shown this year he really is playing some great football, and with ball in hand, he's so he's just been great. So
who'd you take?
The Jaden Campbell Award, I gave it. You couldn't go past Ethan Strange.
Oh, God damn it!
But I will give a credit to Sam Walker. Sam Walker was outstanding. But Ethan Strange, he scored 3 tries.
Roosters, so that's never going to happen.
Yeah, no. Hey, unlike you, I'm not biased.
I took Ethan Strange as well, and we didn't discuss this. No. We don't fucking like each other. No. So, yeah, I took him, mate.
All right. And
my favourite player of all time.
Yeah, we've got a defensive player of the round. We call it the Ray Stone Award.
This is hard to pick.
But if you want to know why, watch Ray Stone just annihilate anyone that runs at him. Who did you go?
I went Patrick Carrigan.
Okay. He put some rattlers on. Yeah, he did. He hit anything on the weekend.
I thought you were going to bag me.
No, he was good.
Played 80 minutes, 119 metres, and made 50 tackles. That's unreal for a lock.
All right. Now, I've gone left of field here.
Okay.
From the Eels-Cows game. And I only say this because I was there and I watched it.
I wasn't there.
Listen, I just wanted some peace and quiet, mate. Like, it was just me and my daughter. It was wonderful. Didn't have you getting all handsy with people around you. It was wonderful.
I'm gonna talk to your missus about you leaving me out.
Can I give the Ray Stone Award?
Can you?
If you'd shut up. All right, so I went with the 14 for the Cows. Marley Bittergain. Now, Marley, the African assassin, this guy, if he's been playing in the game for 7 years. He's from Tanzania. I watched him absolutely level, and I mean like bone-crunching hits on players on the weekend that you could hear in the crowd. Like, it was great to see. This guy is just that raw talent, and the way he was just killing people, it was good to see. So Marley, and the nickname I've coined myself, the African Assassin. I love it. I think it'll catch on.
Okay. With our
100 listeners.
Excellent.
All right, we're going to move on now to this week's games.
Yep, go for it.
All right, Dragons, Warriors. I'm going to go the Dragons. I just think the Warriors are cooked. They will play tough. It'll be close. I just think the Dragons are almost at full strength. The Warriors are almost playing their ball boy because they have no one left.
Dragons.
Knights, Panthers. Oh, you are dead set. That was last week.
What do you mean?
They played last week.
What are you talking about?
Knights, Panthers. They played last week. Okay, well. And I'm saying this because Dave puts together the running sheet, and it's not the.
I do all the work.
Yeah, and if you're going to do all the work, do it right. So it's the Storm.
This
Panthers.
Is your job.
The Storm Panthers. I'm going the Panthers. They're in red hot form. Pappenhausen's out. I think it's a massive out, and they still don't have Hughes, and they've been too inconsistent. I think the Panthers will choke them out of the game. 1-12. Get on it.
I am taking the Storm.
Oh God.
Oh. I think the Storm they'll be up to play this game. I think they're going to be very good.
All right. Now that you actually got that one, I told you who was actually playing.
I haven't got them in the wrong order. But anyway.
Oh, God.
It's a shit show. That's 2 mistakes. I'm getting up to the Lomax Award.
I won't be giving that award out. You're an idiot. Friday night is probably the game I'm looking forward to the most. Roosters, Dogs.
Roosters for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're going to bash the shit out of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they will show how classy they are, and they're firing at the right time.
Agreed. This is a shit show. Who's watching this crap?
I will for a laugh. Sharks Titans.
I'll be going the Sharks.
You know what? I'm going to go the Titans. I just will do it for a laugh. The Sharks just, who knows who's turning up that day. Broncos Dolphins. Again, it's kind of who's left on the field at the moment. I'll go the Broncos.
Yeah, local derby, but the Dolphins have got no one playing again. I don't think. Yeah, I think there's a lot of blokes playing hurt too. So
yeah. Rabbits Eels.
I will go the Eels. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that the Rabbits will play tough again. They'll keep it close, but Eels, just a case of too many fit bodies on the field. The Tigers Manly. Shit. All right, I'm going to go Manly by 30.
Yeah, I don't really fucking care about this game, but I'll take Manly and I'll watch it just because I like listening to you whinge. So
yeah, I will whinge, and because again, I'll whinge for 2 points. One, the Tigers will be shit, and two, Manly will come out and bash them, and yet they'll do that against the Tigers because they can't do it against the good teams. Flat track bullies. All right, then we've got last game, Cowboys Knights. Oh, sorry, the Knights are playing earlier against fucking Penrith, aren't they? So they're playing 2 games in the 1 week. They're going to be very tired.
That's why I'll be taking the Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys Knights. I will go the Cows.
Well, there you go, Jace.
All right, so let's talk about Origin, fallout and takeaways.
That's fucking not.
Okay.
We're into 51 minutes.
Oh, shit. All right, we're going too long. All right, segment. Let's go into... Okay, the multis are around. Firstly, my same game multi was voided when the Parramatta centre, Sam Rani, was ruled out. So money back on that one, so I only clicked. And the other multi, as usual, was ruined. I had the Knights 11 to 20 team points. That happened. I had Sloane to score any time. That happened. Into the Titans to win. And, of course, the Titans were the shortest odds, and yet they couldn't get the job done, losing by 2. So my multi got nothing except a bonus bet back.
Yeah, well, my Thursday night game was anytime Xavier Coates. Ding! Anytime Katoni Stagg, who dropped it on the try line, do your fucking job.
So you lost.
Lost. And then, but it got voided because Reynolds got hurt.
Okay.
So, because I had Reynolds A+, so we got our bet back.
Yep.
And then the other one was Storm head-to-head, which I got. Raiders head-to-head, which I got.
Wow, big odds.
The Eels head-to-head, which I got. And the only one I didn't get was Nikokora to score, but he did get 10 minutes in the bin and get 3 weeks suspension. So that was a bonus bet back. So we didn't lose any money.
So you literally killed Nikoroya. Well done.
Well, not only did I kill him, I killed Adam Reynolds as well.
You went dead set poison. All right. My multi of the round.
By the way, I'm going to get Coates because I'll keep backing him each week.
I'm going to go South's Para, same game multi.
This is the multi, not the same game?
Same game. I just said same game, mate. Like, hey, listen.
I'm making more mistakes than
it's just you're repeating what I'm saying and taking it as your own. You're making mistakes. Let's just do better.
I didn't have my ADHD drugs today, Jace, so Ritalin was out.
Can I continue?
Please.
All right. God, this is hard work. All right. So I've gone Alex Johnson to score one of the first 3 tries. Mm-hmm. Addo to score anytime. Parramatta head-to-head, $8. Get on that. Put the mortgage on it. It's going to pay for itself. And then the multi of the round, again, my man Tyrell Sloane, all he does is score tries. Titans plus 10.5 against your mob. And Jason Saab anytime. That's also paying, not 8, it's $7.50.
Right.
So go. What do you got?
Oh, mine don't fucking matter.
No, I don't. Yeah, true.
Well, hang on a second. Where are we? Oh, dear. I've had a shocker, Jace. I've written them down. I forgot to write down the odds. Can you believe that?
I can.
I haven't been very good this week.
No.
So I had anytime Marky Mark.
Yep.
Right. And the other bloke was Carraz. Right.
Yep.
And then I had Roosters 1 to 12.
I reckon they'd be paying at least 10.
Yeah, where would that be, Jace?
when you put it together in a multi, it turns out gives you the odds. I know, it sounds remarkable. Just go to your multi the round.
Big win. There we go, 320. There we go. I've got it now. $11.75 for that one, Jace. That's a cracker, right? You like that?
Yeah, it's great. Next.
And the other one was Storm head-to-head over Penrith.
Yep.
So,
Jesus, that's $2.50.
I don't know. I'm told you I was brave. Storm head-to-head. Coates to score.
Yeah.
Right. Another bravery award goes to me. Why is it doing that?
Oh, God. Yeah, listeners, I'm so sorry.
You want to
for
tell
this.
them about how shit I was at setting this thing up today?
Hell, it took hours. But, yeah, hang on, you've done 2 same-game multis.
Hang on.
Aren't we doing 2 multis?
I'm doing a multi. I'm getting there.
But Coates and Melbourne head-to-head is a same-game multi.
Yeah, I know, but just hang on. And then I've taken the Roosters, have I? Yes. Taken the Roosters and the Dragons. Right, is my...
So you've got a same-game multi into other... I cannot, seriously.
I want, mate.
All right.
There's no rules to
I'm
it.
gonna
And
do
that's paying $19.
I'm going to go the rant of the week, and you're very close to being included in it. All right.
Okay, well, that's $19 if everyone.
So my rant of the week, and I touched on it earlier. Now I have to preface this by saying that I think this guy is a really good fella, a nice guy. I met him once, or used to go to the same coffee shop I went to. Met his mum by sitting next to her at the footy. Lovely lady, lovely family, great people. Mitchell Moses is carrying on like an absolute fuckwit. Now, the 21st minute of the game on Sunday, he goes up to the ref challenging a decision, which you can do. But the way he goes about it and the over-the-top discussion he has is ridiculous. It sets a bad example for our younger kids who are watching, who then take that into the games they are playing. That aside, then comes the spray of all sprays against his own teammate, where he says, "Taylor, you fucking cunt," because of a number of errors that were being made in the game. Now, I've listened to a lot of other ex-players talk about, yep, that's fine, it's all within the game, etc. I disagree. I think when you are spraying someone on the field in such a tone and in the way that Mitchell is playing the game at the moment, where he is just whinging and berating and carrying on like a spoiled child, I have issue with it. It's not good for the game. It doesn't look good. You're the captain of the team. Actually do better.
I tend to agree with you. I don't think you ever get better performance out of anyone by abusing them, especially a young player that's, obviously having a rough couple of minutes or having a rough game. And, how many times have we seen, Mitchell have a bad game or
100%.
not get in the position and do his job?
100%.
And when you're a leader of a club and you're sort of unapproachable in that regard where other players can't spray you, I think it's a low go.
Yeah, and I think Taylor's, had a bit of a joke with him on Instagram, and it shows it it's great. But one, your confidence would be shot, probably. Two, it just looks bad. It is poor. Your captain needs to lead by example. That is not by example. And as I said, other players, former players, had no issue with it. Yeah, it's fine. Cop sprays like that myself, etc., etc. That sounds great. Yeah, well done. Me seeing it, watching it, it's like if I'm in the workplace and someone stuffs up. I'm not going to go, "Hey, you stupid." Like, I have an issue. I just lead by example. Be better.
Wasn't a good look.
No,
It really wasn't. And I agree. You're not going to get greater performance out of someone by berating them.
Yeah.
It never works.
No, and as I said, I rate Mitchell Moses as a person, as a player, everything. So I'm just saying, from what I watch as a leader, I have issue with it.
So my rant, you got that off your chest?
I'm done, and I'm honestly, I'm about to walk out. The professionalism you show is just out of control.
I'll edit all of it out.
This is unedited. We just said it.
I know, but they don't know. My rant of the week is about Origin players that don't want to play for Australia.
Yeah, right.
And I'm quite passionate about this in relation to, we won't let Kiwis and UK, English people or whatever play Origin, right? Because they're not eligible didn't come here before you were 13 and play your first game in whatever state But then these blokes go and play 3 games at Origin, get paid 90,000, and good luck to them, right? And then want to turn around and kick Australia in the head and say, no, I want to go play for Samoa, right? And that's, the Hammer, Payne Haas, and Tino, right?
To name a few, Jerome Luai plays for, I think, Samoa.
Well, he's not getting picked in Australia anyway, so...
Yeah, it's true. But he plays State of Origin.
So I don't have an issue with them playing for Samoa if they don't get picked in the Australian squad, right? They can go play wherever they like after that. I think that's good for international football.
Are you saying that if they get played for if they're picked for State of Origin, they should only be eligible for Australia?
No, I'm saying that if they get picked for Australia, they should play for Australia. If they don't get picked for Australia, then it's good for the international game for the good players to go and play in the other sides.
See, what I find it. Well, how I disagree.
So why not open up everything up to all the players that they can play State of Origin and it means nothing?
No, but I disagree. I think if you're playing State of Origin, you're playing for your state. Doesn't that mean that you should be playing for your country, which is your country?
Yeah, I totally agree.
So again,
but we still want you. So you're saying is, if you play State of Origin, even if you don't get picked for Australia, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't think that's good for the international game, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I do. Yeah, so but I misinterpreted what you said. I thought that's what you were referring to. That if you play for your state, you can only play, and then you choose.
Well, the Hammer's going to get picked in Australia for sure, 100%.
Or Payne Haas will, yeah.
And so will Tino.
Yeah.
Right? So for them to come out and say, "Oh, we're thinking about playing for Samoa," right? What should happen is you could go, okay, you can play for Samoa, but you can't play Origin next year. You watch them change their tune pretty quickly when they're not earning their 90,000 for their 3 games.
Yeah, I disagree. Then exactly on the basis you said that, I think it's great for the international game that they play for who they want, and Origin is
fucking bullshit, mate. You can't play Origin and say I'm an Australian because that's an Australian series for New South Wales and Queensland.
But you're saying in the same breath, you're saying that they can play for Origin and then they can play for another country if they're not picked for Australia.
Correct.
No. That's like, you get the dregs.
It's exactly right. You get the dregs because we brought them through.
No.
The Australian Rugby League paid for these blokes to become the athletes that they are.
No.
Yes.
I love that they want to play for Samoa. I love that they want to play for Tonga.
Don't play State of Origin.
Why?
And let the State of Origin just be for Australians.
They can play
But
for
that's
their,
what it's
their,
all
their
about.
homeland,
Mate,
or their parents' homeland.
You keep diluting the fabric of what Origin's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about New South Wales people and Queensland people, and the only way you can play that game is be in Australia by the time you're 13.
Yeah.
Right? And the Australian NR Rugby League and the New South Wales Rugby League spend all this money on these blokes to bring them through, and then when they earn their 90 grand playing State of Origin and then they fuck off and go and play for Samoa, it's bullshit.
No, I disagree.
Okay, well, you disagree. That's my fucking rant, mate. It's not yours. I don't give a fuck what you say. You're wrong.
Okay. I'm wrong.
Do you want to know how much of a lunatic I am?
Oh, God.
This story may not make the podcast, right?
Oh, how many pages is it? I don't have the attention span.
No, it's off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
So it starts off a bit dark, right? And gets darker.
Oh, Jesus.
So I found out the other day that one of my clients that I haven't spoken to in 3 or 4 years passed away, right?
That's why you haven't spoken to him in 3 or 4 years.
Quite possibly.
Because he died.
Maybe. Like before that, right? He only died in the last couple of years or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So we were close.
I thought you were going to break out a Ouija board and expect us to communicate.
I wouldn't. The question I'm going to ask is, so anyway, he was a skydiver, right?
Yes.
And
not a good one by the sounds of it.
No, he was very well regarded, and he was doing some funky shit or whatever they do up there, and whatever. Anyway, obviously the parachutes didn't work, and he's hit the ground, right?
Is that seriously how he died?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the fall. It was the impact. But anyway. This is how ridiculous my mind works, right?
Yes.
So he's tugging on his little ropey things to get his parachute to go, right? And the first one doesn't work, so he grabs the secondary chute and that doesn't work, right? And then my brain goes to, what's phase 3? Is it flapping his arms? That's how ridiculous I am as a human being. Anyway, I found it funny. It's not making it.
But it just, what the fuck is it doing in this podcast? It's the most random shit ever.
I don't know. It's just me. Anyway.
All right. On that note,
you want to close this off?
I think we need to. All right. On that note, again, thanks out to the Hills Podcast Centre at the Hills Hotel. Great hotel. I was going to say catch you next week, but after this episode, I don't know if there will. This was a punish to get through. And that's not even without any listener feedback. But if you do want to leave feedback, please do. It is always humorous to read. And again, thanks everyone for their support. We have been very humbled by it. So again, thank you everyone. Let's watch some cracking league over the weekend. And everyone still left in Supercoach, good luck. Thank you all.
See you guys.